Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another layout for the Confessions of a Paper Addict Cut Files 20 Days of Cut File series. Today's prompt is a title cut file, so I have chosen this one. You'll see it's the Merry Christmas title. It's a beautiful scripty font. I've cut that in the white and gold foiled paper from the Crepe Paper Busy Sidewalks collection. And then as you can see here, I've also done an offset on my Silhouette Studio software. And I've cut that out of that dark green spotty pattern paper from the same collection. I'm pretty much going to be using that collection for this whole layout. So now what I'm going to do is just lay the original cut file over the top of the offset piece. So this just gives a really nice dimensional 3D effect, really highlights that beautiful cut file, and is just a really quick and easy way to add a big bold title to your layout. So I'm just using some tacky glue here. I find the easiest way to do this kind of offset piece is to start somewhere near the middle. So I started on the T, get that pretty much centered, and then slowly work your way out towards the edges, taking it one little bit at a time. Definitely don't try to glue the whole thing down at once because it's extremely difficult and very easy to get glue all over the place. So using tacky glue also helps you, it gives you a few seconds to reposition if you need to. Alright, so now we skip 2 and I'm moving on with my splatters. So I'm just going to do some very basic splatters on the background here. This is a Distress Oxide that I've squished onto my messy mat and added a little bit of water to. That is in Rustic Wilderness. It's a beautiful green Christmassy colour, I really like it. And I'm trying to get smaller splatters here. I'm working with a white background for once. I don't very often do this, but when I do, I tend to like to add some kind of mixed media to the background. So now I'm coming in with spun sugar spray, the Distress Oxide spray, and just doing a splattering with the nozzle. And this I have here is some liquid watercolors in red. Now, you do have to be careful with red, especially splatters, because it does tend to look like blood splatters. But what I did there is just take it very carefully and do very small splatters. There were some spots where I did some big splatters, but they're mostly going to be covered up. So now I'm matting my photos. I'm going to use that nice light green polka dot, and then I'm using this beautiful peachy color to mat my second photo. And just doing a very basic border on those, and then distressing all the edges with my edge distressing tool. And they're flying everywhere. And those photos are both 4x6, just printed with a white border around them. I love these photos of my little man. They were taken 2019, I think. I want to say it was last year, but I'm sure it was longer. Now I'm adding some dimensional foam. These are just foam rectangles I got a while back, and I'm not covering the whole thing. You don't need to cover every square centimeter of the back of this. You just want to add enough foam that none of the bits are going to sag. And I do end up having to come in and remove some of these because I kind of miscalculated, which you will see in a minute. But now I'm bringing my photos over. My background is all dried, and you can see those big red splatters have been covered up by my photo. I actually covered up most of the splatters with my photos, but wasn't planned, but it's fine. It works out pretty well. So just sticking those straight down. I don't really want these to move too much. I'm just adding adhesive to the back of that first photo, sticking it straight to my layout. And then this one I'm going to add some foam to the sides, and then overlap it on over my first photo. It just wasn't sitting very flat when I had it laid up with that first photo. It's very late at night, I apologize. So I just added some foam there, and I'm going to overlap those just like that. And then for my title here, it's sitting nice and flat on that lower photo, but then on the one that's popped up on foam, I just need to remove the foam, so just off the top of the M and the E there, and then that sits nice and flat and even. So I'm just going to add some double-sided tape to the parts of the cut file that don't have foam, and then the rest of the foam squares I'm just going to peel all that backing off and use that adhesive on the foam. So I have sped this up quite quickly so you don't have to sit through watching me peel off all the backs of those foam squares, and then it just pops straight over the top just like that. I love how this title looks. I'm so glad I did that offset. It just really makes it pop. And I'm really pleased I used that gold foil paper too, because it just really ups it, adds something extra. Okay, now embellishing was really easy because I had these fussy cut florals from one of the papers from the Crepe paper collection. It's a beautiful paper, all these big beautiful poinsettia florals and leaves. So I'm just trying to find some the right size that fit. So I don't have a lot of space left either side of my photos now that everything's on the page. The photos and the title pretty much cover up most of that background, so I really don't have to put too much effort into embellishing here. So just a floral either side and then one kind of tucked between the layers of the photos at the top there. I really love how that looks, especially with all that greenery. I'm going to use some of these chipboard pieces. I haven't managed to use any of these yet, so I'm glad I managed to get a couple on the page. I love that banner piece. I'm just looking for a tiny word sticker, and this collection didn't actually have any, so I pulled out my Cocoa Vanilla ones. These are beautiful. They're white and gold foiled, so they go with absolutely anything, and I do have a couple of sheets of these stickers, so I'm happy to use some of these on with this other collection. So just a couple, one over the top of the banner and then one just kind of in that space. And then I just wanted to add a little something extra to the top here, so I pull out this chipboard tag, and I feel like I'm going to struggle to use those, so I'm glad I got one of those used up. And then just another one of those tiny word stickers in that space. I just love those gold foiled tiny word stickers from Cocoa Vanilla, just gorgeous. And now I'm going to add this little pine cone and pine sprigs from the just cardstock stickers, I think they are. I did try and sneak some more in, but I don't know, I just couldn't really make it work. It wasn't fitting in really nicely. But then I remembered that the little sticker book had some clear stickers in it. And now I don't get the opportunity to use clear stickers all that much because I don't often use a white background. I tend to use pattern backgrounds, and it's hard to use clear stickers on those. But they have quite a few of these little pine cone and pine sprigs, so I use a heap of these on this layout. I'm going to tuck in 2 more of the little pine cones around my floral clusters. Just trying to make sure that they overlap nicely with my florals. I don't want them just kind of hanging out in the middle of nowhere. And then I decided that I really liked the whole pine sprig thing I had going on, so I thought it might look really nice if I use some of these tiny sprigs and had them kind of growing out all around from the edges of my title cut file. So I'm tucking in some bits of holly, a little acorn, some more of those little pine sprigs. And on that same sheet I noticed there were a bunch of these cute little red berries, so I thought that would be the perfect thing to sprinkle around my little floral clusters in place of kind of like enamel dots or anything like that. So before I finish off doing that, I'm just going to glue those in place because I realized I hadn't done that yet. And then I'm just going to use up all the rest of those little red berries from that clear sticker sheet. And once that is finished, my layout will be complete. So you will get to see right at the end me move the very last few red berries around about 15 times before I'm happy with the positioning. So I will speed that up. But otherwise my layout is finished. So make sure you check the description box for all the other videos of the creators participating today. Definitely worth a look. So many talented people are getting involved in this hop. So much fun. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.